Good morning to everyone. I'll start by saying that we actually put out 3 announcements this morning. One is for those that know the company, our first results on the 3,000 metre diamond drilling program that we just finished. First 3 holes of 12. We got some good results. But for those that don't know us, let me just fill you in. You'll see a lot of forward-looking statements today. They're all fairly generic. Ours is definitely generic. Corporate metrics, well, I'll leave it to you to research all that, but we're about a $10 million market cap, 172 million shares out. About 50% of the company's owned by the top 20. I'm on the board with Dean Turnbull, who's a founder of the company. He's a non-exec. He does some work for us. Richard Udavenya, who's a legendary resources specialist lawyer based out of Melbourne. Owen Greenberger, ex-Fosterville, is starting with us on the 3rd of July, actually. Ben Hines, whose name's not up there, but he is today separately giving a presentation on our lithium drilling to the AIG in Ballarat. And then our ops guys and administrators. So where are we? Well, where's the pointer? There it is. Most of our tenements are down here in the northeast of Victoria, through the high country. It's an orogenic area of mineralisation. The mountains have given rise to some extraordinary mineralisation way back when. The rocks are the right age. We are part of the Lachlan Fold Belt, which starts up here actually, and comes all the way down through Victoria and out to the west of Victoria. So we're sort of on the central to lower part, if you like, of the Lachlan Fold Belt. We have lots of historic gold fields within our tenement area. The tenement package is large. It's about 6,500 square kilometres. 9 historic gold fields. We have at least 8 that we've identified so far. Outcropping porphyries. The most famous, or our flagship porphyry, I suppose, is Mount Unicorn, which is a inferred and indicated resource for molybdenum, copper, silver, about 209 million tonnes. The moly price hasn't done us any favours over the last 10 years or so, but it has actually popped up just late last year. It's popped up. It's trading about $30 a pound. In 2015, it was $4.50 a pound, and the worst performing commodity in the world. But that's Mount Unicorn. We've got lots of other projects which I'd like to talk to you about. So that, I hope, gives you a sense of... I forgot the lithium pegmatite swarm. It's large. Excuse me. In numbers, it's hard to estimate, but probably in excess of... excuse me. About 3,000 pegmatites. They're LCT, lithium, cesium, tantalum type pegmatites, so they're the right chemistry to carry lithium mineralisation. They were discovered, the lithium that we have was discovered by us in 2016. It's been a long time coming, but finally we're here. Now if I can get this to move. There we go. So I talked before about the Lachlan Fold Belt all the way down. Below the Lachlan Fold Belt are the prolific Macquarie Arc rocks, which have produced a lot of the minerals up around Parkes, porphyry type structures, which are large operating mines today. Not to forget, up here at Orange, we have Cadia Ridgeway, which is Australia's largest producing gold mine at about 1.2 million ounces per annum, owned by Newcrest. So the work schedule this year, we are very busy. I should also say that we are very self-sufficient. We have our own gear. We operate our own drill rig. We also get contractors in, but that has enabled us, certainly through COVID and everything, enabled us to continue operating uninterrupted. So we've got basically two flagship projects, which are the, oops, sorry, wrong. How do I get back? Help. The red button. Gotcha. Okay. So here we are, the flagship projects, Dorchap Lithium project. Now that is that's in joint venture with SQM. SQM are the biggest lithium company in the world. They're funding all of our exploration on that project. That joint venture was started last year in July. We actually started talking to SQM back in 2018, but it took us about 6 months to negotiate a farm-in joint venture arrangement with them, which was signed in July last year and kicked off. So the last 3,000 metres of diamond drilling, which we've completed last Sunday, was all funded by SQM. And we have a technical advisory committee set up with them where their head geos and technicians and our exploration managers and myself actually sit on the committee. We work out the proposed exploration activities and plans, and they're great. I mean, what it gives us is fantastic access to some of the very best lithium chemical analysis, exploration techniques, and that kind of thing. So that's been a huge win for DART. It takes a lot of pressure off shareholders. They don't have to continue funding our exploration activities, and that is set to continue. Granite Flat, wrong again. Granite Flat, which is here, that is a copper gold porphyry. We've done a lot of work on it. We've done a very large geophysical survey across it. We've taken 7,500 geochemical samples at surface. It's tough country, but it is highly mineralised, and Granite Flat is a very, very prospective project. Originally picked up and explored by CRA back in the mid-80s, funnily enough. Our other projects include a nuggety-style gold thing, which is, funnily enough, out near Fosterville. It's about 40 k's from Fosterville. It's the only nuggety gold project that we have. We just completed a big LiDAR survey across that showed up about 4,600 historic workings, all along a very predictable line or strike, and we've got a lot more work to do on that project. Sandy Creek is a gold show not far out of the township of Wodonga, Albury-Wodonga, on the border in New South Wales, and we've done a little bit of drilling there. We've got a lot more to do too. And down in the Buckland Valley, which is just further south of Albury-Wodonga, we've got a very exciting gold project, disseminated gold going up to 3 grams a tonne at surface from soil samples, along a 17.5 kilometre strike, which is still open to the south. So DART is not spoilt for projects. We have so many projects at our disposal, if you like, and we've created a sort of an approach and a workflow, if you like, where we're managing 3 or 4 of them at a time. We're often subject to various delays on either permitting or possibly weather or things like that. And so we move off one project onto the next, move it along a bit further, back to the other one. So that's the way we kind of work. And that's why we have like up to 4 or 5 projects on the go at one stage. Our business development, we are actively seeking joint venture arrangements on our projects. The porphyries, as you guys would probably know, are very expensive exploration targets, and we, obviously we do all the hard yards early on geochemical sampling, some drilling, that sort of thing. And then we hope to be able to tap into some of the bigger mining companies whose exploration pipelines are typically very short at this stage. And that's a whole different story. But yeah, the majors are all looking for good exploration targets or development targets, and that's the basis of our business model. I mentioned before that we are our operating model. We are very self-sufficient. We have our own rig in the field 365 days a year. We have our own guys pulling the levers. We have become very good at operating in a very harsh and difficult environment. We had a metre of snow on the rig on Sunday when we demobed from the Dorchap Lithium project. I think we'd be one of the few exploration companies operating in a metre of snow in Australia anyway. So that's the business. This here, and someone suggested I put this in the presentation, that is a pegmatite dike. That's Ben Hines, Dr. Ben Hines, who's on our exploration team, who's the one who's giving the presentation down at Ballarat today. And this is a spodumene, large crystal pegmatite dike. You can see they're very difficult to pick out from aerial surveys. They were quite challenging. But what has helped us enormously, not only on the Dorchap Lithium, but the Rushworth Gold, Buckland, are LiDAR surveys. So the LiDAR sees through the canopy. It's accurate to within about 50 mil, and so we can get incredibly accurate topography. We can see patterns of disturbance, if you like, through historic workings. And God bless them, CRA back in the 80s put in about 60 drill pads at Granite Flat, and we're able to identify all those. On top of that, we've got old tracks that we've identified and stuff. That has significance because it means we don't have to pay to clear them through vegetation offsets. So LiDAR's been an enormous benefit to us. And just that's a bit about SQM quickly. So 50-50, SQM can earn up to 70% on our Dorchap Lithium project by spending $12 million. And then from that point, it's dollar for dollar. The way we look at it, $12 million will get us to a point where we've either got a development asset or we walk away. And so if we've got a development asset, it will be hopefully imminently fundable at that stage. That's a little bit more on the project. We're around the corner in the booth. By all means, please come and talk to me. There's Granite Flat, some of the geophysical survey we did, that sort of thing, and the markets, and there's a few operational images. And that was on Sunday. There's the drillers camp, and that's the track in. Here's some lithium core. That's a DDH1 rig. That's darts rig, water truck, lithium core, etc. I'm out, right? Thank you very much, everyone. Good to see you.